And welcome to part two of building business credit. It's a reason why the SBA reports that 90% of all business loans through the SBA, or just business loans in general, just get denied, or why people just can't get funding. And the only reason is it's not they just don't want to give people the money. It's just a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business owners, unfortunately, just don't understand the basics of corporate funding and what the difference is with consumer funding and business funding or business credit. And so I just felt like I should kind of share some things with everyone so you can get approved, so you can get the funding that you need so your business can kind of thrive and it can kind of grow. You can do different things. Perhaps maybe you want to hire more people. Perhaps you need more equipment, or whatever the case may be, you need money to do that. And sometimes when you're trying to use your own personal funds or your own personal savings, it can be a conflict of interest. If you have a wife, if you have children, if you got to pay for college and private schools and rent and bills and things like that, your spouse or other, they may have a problem with you dipping into those funds to kind of like put the business in. So there's a solution to that, and I think that's a lot of reasons why a lot of people don't get into business, because of the conflict of interest as far as money is concerned. So that's the most important key to building business credit, is separate liability, making you and your business two totally separate entities. So if things don't go right with the business, if you have problems with your business partner, or if you default on the loan, default on whatever, if it's just not a great business, then you're personally not affected. So if you have a great credit score, if you have a great financial foundation personally, you might want to use some of your money to get the business going, but you really want to put your stake, you want your business to kind of stand on its own. Okay, so that's the importance of this video, is talking about separate liability, and that's like starting a business. So in part one, I talked about the importance of going to irs.gov, registering your state, finding a business name, getting that EIN number. And I always recommend people to just get an LLC. I mean, it keeps things very basic. And what that does is it protects you from being personally liability for whatever happens with the business. Okay, and that's tax-wise, financial, lawsuits, whatever the case may be. So if things don't work out, now it's separate, and then you can continue moving on, doing what you're doing in your own personal life. And that was kind of like the mistake that I made when I started kind of my business in 2014. It was all on me. I kind of went the sole proprietorship route. So basically, it's still me. It's really not a business. It's really me just doing business, because it's still Anwar Williams. But now I have a business checking account. I have a business name. I have a business address. I have LLCs. I have business phone number, just business everything, and it's totally separate from me. So all my financials that go on with my business is totally separate than my own personal life, and those things are very important. So definitely the LLC route is the better route. The next key is business reporting. Now, the purpose of the EIN number, like I said in the previous video, is it identifies you as a business. It's kind of like a business social security number in a sense, because we all have a social security number, kind of identifies us, who we are. Well, the business name is the same thing. So if you're just, elite enterprises, so to speak, they'll give you a 9-digit EIN number. But another thing you need is what's called a Dun & Bradstreet number. The company Dun & Bradstreet, they basically are the biggest credit reporting agency in the world. And so it's very important that you have a profile set up with them. It's free to get a DUNS number. What they offer you to pay for is them setting up your business profile. This can be a little pricey. So if that's the route that you want to do, if you don't really feel like doing all the footsteps to doing so, that is a route, but I'm just letting you know it is a little costly to do so. But you can do it for free, which I think is better, because it's not really that difficult to do. All you need is your Dun & Bradstreet numbers, all you need is just the certain companies, a certain type of vendors and type of reporting agencies, companies that deal with businesses to get that due report. And those are called like net 20 or net 30 accounts. And that's something we're going to talk about in part 3. So you don't necessarily need Dun & Bradstreet, even though they offer a great service for you to get things going. All you really need is that DUNS number. And what happens with that DUNS number, when you have that, when you start doing business, when you start establishing credit with different vendors, they obtain your DUNS number. So whatever financial transactions take place, now it's getting reported to Dun & Bradstreet. Now they have a record. Now you're establishing business credit, okay? But it just doesn't stop there, okay? Having a DUNS number is important, but what's also important is reporting with Experian and Equifax. I know a lot of you may be confused with that, but on the personal side, you have TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax that reports your personal credit to get your FICO score. But a lot of people don't know that Experian and Equifax, they also have a business or a corporate division that reports businesses. For instance, a company like Walmart, okay, one of the biggest retailers in the world, they have over 500 business accounts, okay, that report to Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax, okay? And why is that important? It's because there's, Walmart is a business. It has a Dun & Bradstreet number, just like you would want to get. It also has credit reporting to Experian and Equifax, and that's important because they just can't just use cash to just buy all the products they use, okay? They need to have different accounts with vendors. Maybe as far as getting tissue and toilet paper, maybe as far as getting, lawn equipment, or all the things that they offer. They have accounts with all these people. So all these people extend credit to them. So they've built a history of being able to pay off when they order things. So maybe they may put in a $30,000 order. They got 30 days to pay that. So maybe in 10 days, the items come into Walmart, the customers come in, pay for the products, they collect the revenue, they take that money, pay back the creditor, and now that helps their business profile. And now they're able to order again. So now they have all these different companies, over 500 that they get items from. And that saves them so much money. And that's how they were able to grow so fast, because now the customers are actually paying for their products to pay back to their creditors, if that makes sense. So let's just take, for instance, televisions. They may go to Panasonic and say, for one store, we need 100 televisions. They set up an account with Panasonic. They get 100 TVs. It may cost 20 grand, but it's extended to them. It comes into the store. They sell 80 of those TVs. They take some of that money. They pay back Panasonic, and now that helps their rating, and they just keep that relationship going, and they just go on and on. So now they start to get certain numbers of how much items they need with each store, and they order accordingly. So you see the importance of this, of having a business as opposed to using your own money, now using other people's money, okay? So establishing business credit saves you money up front. Now you're using your own business practices and your own business acumen to bring customers in to now pay for your products, okay? So that's the importance of building business credit with Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. So we're going to go into more detail about the importance of Experian and why you just want more than just Dun & Bradstreet in part 3.